Well, good morning, everyone, and we're going to check all the fluids in this car. We did get it running the other day. We topped everything off. Everything looked pretty good. Cranked it up, got it running, blew all the rat dust and rat droppings and nests and everything out of it. Anyway, we did let it get up to temperature, and everything seemed to be okay. But what I want to do this morning is go back over all the hoses and belts and check the fluids again, and then we're going to take this thing out on the road and see how she runs. I didn't want to take it out on the road before I did another check on it, so y'all enjoy. All right, we're fixing to back the thing out. Looks like the headliner needs to be addressed. Brakes are working good. I'll make sure I hit anything. I'm just really impressed with the way this car is running, especially as long as this thing has been sitting. But she's smooth as can be. Little 305. You know, they call these things high output back in the 80s, which is, you know, I guess compared to everything else, I guess it was high output. Yeah, they was all pretty weak. Transmission's changing good. Seems to be doing fine. Really smooth driving car. Now this thing does, somebody has took the 700 R4 out of it, evidently sometime in its life before we had purchased it. And it must have had some transmission problem, and instead of rebuilding 700 R4, they put a 350 turbo in it, which is okay. It just runs a little more RPMs than I would like. So got a little accident up here or something. So I'm gonna make a turn right here. So I'm probably going to just go ahead and jerk this 350 turbo back out of it, buy me a good 700 R4 and put it back in it. But man, as far as the motor goes, it is really running good. So yeah, I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with this car yet. You know, I probably wind up keeping it. I kind of hate to get rid of it because we've owned it so long. And you know, my son, he has grandboys now. I mean, he has sons, which are my grandboys, and you know, they got their eye on it. So I don't know. We'll see what comes up. The main thing is it's running now. It is back on the road, and we're going to get this transmission swapped out and get this thing back like it's supposed to be. So yeah, I'm well pleased this far. All right, I stopped and got some fuel just to make sure, you know, we put that gas tank in here. I just wanted to make sure the gas gauge was working, and it is. I filled it up and it's on full, so everything looking good with that. But you know, I haven't said much about it, but this Monte Carlo is what they call an aero coupe. And it's something that they came up with back in the 80s. They were running these cars in NASCAR, and they had that flat back glass on the back. And you know, the Fords was out dominating so bad that, you know, they teamed up with NASCAR, General Motors did, and they started working on these cars, and they added this back glass on the back, which increased the aerodynamic to be able to compete with NASCAR. But you know, they couldn't run them on NASCAR unless they actually produced these vehicles with the window the way it is. So in 1986, I think they produced like 600 of these at what they call an aero coupe Monte Carlos, and then something like 3,000 in 1987, and after 1987 they didn't produce any more. So it's a really rare car, especially the 86s. They're really rare. But a lot of people don't know that history. They see these back glasses, and they don't. It's not really that appealing. It looks okay, but you know, the flat glass looks better. But as far as performance goes, these aero coupes does so much better at high speeds. So that's the whole story with this back glass. So I'll probably keep this car just because it is an aero coupe, and it's been in my family so long. But as far as the horsepower, I think they didn't produce anything but like 165 horsepower, which is extremely low in today's standards. But for 1987, you know, that was a little bit above average. So yeah, so this is the 1980s high performance 165 horsepower with a back glass on it to cut the wind. So anyway, it puts more downforce on the back spoiler, which is laying down about halfway. So it's kind of funny, but you know, it is what it is. But it makes the car rare and highly collectible. So I'll probably keep it because of all of that. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's, like I said, it's kind of exciting to see this thing back on the road after about 25 years is about what it was. And I'll probably, like I said, get this transmission changed out and just continue to drive it on and to car shows. And when my grandboys get up a little older, I'll probably pass this thing on along to one of them. So yeah, anyway, I hope y'all enjoy, and y'all be careful out there.